Hi again on Great Expectations. Today we are talking about kiddies parties on our spring birthday baby show. If you have lots of time on your hands or a team of willing helpers, well, a do-it-yourself party can be a real hit. Let's find out how with pro party planners Nikki and Yudika. And I tell you, this food is not doing me any good today, Yudika. So,
Sorry.
Look, you can do this. You do this. You're great at it. You're a professional chef and you get stuff done in the kitchen. But for us ordinary mums, tell us some of the secrets to getting it right in the kitchen for a party.
First of all, there are no ordinary mums, okay? So even I'm so hectic and I really freak out. Even the day before I have a party, I'm still panicking. The thing is, the first thing you need to understand is there's no point being a martyr, okay? You're going to need help.
Yes.
Right? And you can't do everything on your own, so you're going to have to ask people to help you out. It could be call a friend, call a relative, or even pop around to your local store and see what they can do for you. Like, I just think, get someone to do the chicken and marinate that for you. And even if you have to give them a recipe and say to them, please, you know, here's the stuff, could you please just assist me and sort that out for me?
Call on Granny. They love to help at
yes,
this time.
they love to do that.
They'll make the samosas for you.
And yeah, stuff like frying and whatever. Train your helper at home even to do that, to garnish your stuff. So you're not in the kitchen because there's so many kids and stuff running around. You actually need to be a little more watchful at that time.
So how much prep can you do in advance? How many days in advance can you start, and what can you do before?
The great thing now about baking is that there's so many fantastic products out there where you can actually even make a sponge cake, and certainly like a Victorian sponge, you can actually freeze them for up to 3 months. Cupcakes, I mean, I'm a bit fanatical about making stuff and eating it almost immediately. Yeah. But yes, there are people who are making their own cupcakes as wedding cakes and freezing them up to 3 months in advance. You just pop them out and you ice them the day before, and
nobody would be the wiser.
Nobody would be the wiser.
Well, sticking with the homemade party, Nikki, give us some tips on this. A lot of mums like to have it at home, you know.
Yes, so if you're going to have it at home, having help is just really important. Yes. And farming things out. So things like, make sure you give somebody the job of taking photographs. You are not going to have the time to take photographs. Make sure you give somebody the job of getting, of putting the knife and the candles out with the birthday cake, because you don't leave those out in case children pick them up. And matches, of course, because there's nothing like running around looking for matches when you need them. And then know exactly what it is you're going to do. When I say run an activity party, if you've got 4 activity stations, ask your friends, mum number 1, will you look after that table? Right. Mum number 2, sister number 1 and sister number 2, and they man those tables. You are not running around managing all 4 activities. And at this stage, between sort of 3 and 4, the mums will move. Not the mums looking after the tables, but the mothers of the children will move with the children from table to table, helping them with what they're doing.
And let's look at some themes. I mean, do you ask your child what they want, or do you just do it and decide on a theme? How do you decide?
You get a feel for your child. You know, some children, it matters a lot that they have a say. Some children, it really doesn't. But then add in the traditional activities, like a pass the parcel, for example, musical bumps, musical chairs, and then pin the tail on the donkey. If it's a dinosaur, it's pin the tail on the dinosaur. If it's a princess party, it's pin the crown on the princess. Right. So we adapt and adopt. And then things like, over and under. When you've got kids in a line, make them physically active. Children love to move. If it's a dinosaur party, the dinosaur egg is a rugby ball. Over, under, over, under. Yes. And it might be a little girl's tea party. Yes. Then you might have a bucket of water and little tiny teacups, and they have to run backwards and forwards, filling that teacup, and then pouring it into a teapot.
Wonderful.
First team to fill the teapot with water is the winning team. So come 4 or 5 years of age, we can start introducing that element of competition as well.
Can I tell you where the agonizing begins? At the invitations for me. How do you do these? Do you get the proper, do you send out the paper, do you send an email, SMS, I don't know. What do you do?
The crafty mum who's got a lot of time will make her own and deliver them all to school.
Slideshows.
Put them into the pigeonholes at school and it's done. I think what we're seeing more and more is
take pictures of some invitations.
Take your PC, get into PowerPoint, do some designs. You can have great fun. You can download so much off the internet, and then you email those through to the mums, because you know they'll get them. Number 1, they won't get lost.
Do not send naked pictures of your children.
No,
the bathtub pictures. Don't do that.
And then, of course, the big trend is to SMS.
SMS.
Particularly as your kids get older and you don't invite the whole class. If you SMS, then nobody gets hurt. If you put them in the pigeonholes and some kids don't get, then they feel very hurt.
Yeah. Okay, so when you have to pick and choose the friends.
Definitely.
All right, and the themes for the parties, just to give us more details about that.
So common themes. If you're going to have boys and girls, you might have prince and princess together. You might have
Barbie and Ken.
You can have mermaids. If you have a 3 or 4 year old is not hysterical. Say you've got 2 little girls coming to a boys' party. They won't be hysterical that it's a construction party. They really won't be. The fact that everyone's running around with hard hats, they've got one too. You know, dinosaurs are big. And then you've mentioned a few of the brand names.
Yeah.
You know, anything that's on TV is generally, a character that's on TV is a potential party
what
theme.
they're watching at that point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's lovely.
Yeah.
Well, very nice. And how does mum ensure that she enjoys this day? Because I found you don't get to enjoy your child's birthday.
More than anything, it's being organised and having appointed people to take responsibility for various parts of the party, whether it's helping you cook, bake, lay out, get people to come an hour ahead, especially if you have family, beg, borrow and steal, and get them to come early to help you set up so that things are arranged. And you know what? As Judika said, there's always stuff that's last minute. There will be stuff that's last minute, and make sure you've got extra hands that you can call. And even just, you've got say a teacher friend. She can tell the kids a story. Like I did a Hungry Caterpillar party
that's
once.
a good idea.
And she had all the kids sitting around her for 20 minutes telling the story with a big book, very dramatic. I didn't have to do that. I asked somebody to do it for me so that I could run around doing other things or just watch.
Very nice, very nice. Well, you see, don't sweat the small stuff. You always make a plan. After the break, the pièce de résistance, the birthday cake. And you don't have to be a chef to do something amazing, as you see here. So stay with us. We'll tell you some secrets.